Mattie Mondays, where we do music in different ways. I guess friends ain't be dropping gems. Always keep it genuine. Knowledge, power, and some funny. Every week, every Monday. Pure, real, and honest. Tap in, leave a comment. You're tuning in to Mattie Mondays.
All right, we are back around another 7 days here on Mattie Monday, where we do music in different ways. So I'm gonna let you guys get on in here. Definitely drop a comment. Let me know who's in the building, whose eyes I see up here to the top left, and we're gonna get into it. If you have not peeped the flyer tonight, we are going to be discussing self-discipline. Get my little curls in order back there in the back. I know it's a thing that we all face day to day in our decision making and goal setting and all that good stuff. It's never a off time to talk about it, right? We're all managing it, whether no matter what our lives, our roles, and different sectors for sure. The self-discipline is something that we're always growing through. So I wanted to cover it. I'm definitely always battling with it, and it's a great way to talk it out. It made me go do a little research and help me to recalibrate. And we can start this week off doing it together. So I'm excited about that. So as everybody makes their way into the room, we're gonna do our housekeeping. Let me get up here. I'm marking keep grinding C.Styles. Hey Ma, what's going on? Happy Monday. So as everybody's making their way over, we're gonna do our weekly recap, and actually I'm gonna do just my highlight for the week. Last what was that, Friday? What's up? C.Styles in the building. What's up, Chris? Let me give y'all a moment to slide in here before I get on my recap. I hope that everybody's having a good start to the week. I feel like my Monday is like a big compilation of my Saturday evening. It's all Saturday evening into, just before getting prepared for this. I feel like it's been all one day. So this is the start of my Monday for real. So I'm kicking it off with y'all. This is my boost to carry me through the week for sure. What's good, musician Tailors in the building? Chev, twin. What's going on? All right. So while everybody rolls in, makes their way in, let's hit it. So my weekly highlight. I had a pretty good week, but I would say at the top of the list was being able to catch Josh Waters' show at the Masquerade with Chev. We pulled up to go check him out, and he opened for Damani. He did an amazing job, and he sang my favorite song, which is Cyclone. It's a record by Josh Waters called Cyclone that everybody needs to treat themselves to. It's a beautiful record. I can't really explain it. So Josh Waters, Cyclone, wherever you listen to music, make sure you type it in sometime this evening and go check it out. It's beautiful. It's soothing. It's perfectly written, and it is worth taking the time to go discover. The venue was really cool. Downtown by the Underground, down here in Atlanta. It was my first time in that specific area and definitely in that venue, but I enjoyed it, man. It was nice. It was nice. Chev's always a good time. We be rolling when we be hitting the streets. It's always fun. We go in, we do our connecting. We enjoy the environment, whether we're working or not. And yeah, it's always a great execution. So that was really dope. What's up, Glow? Thank you for sliding through. Again, if you're just now able to join us tonight, we're going to be talking self-discipline. So I went in and did my little digging, and research and got some little bullet points. And Maddie had showed the same. I did. Hopefully the proof won't be shown, but we left and we were pulled into a little karaoke spot, and a mic was shoved in my face, and I sang a little bit, and then struck a little Fantasia, and then struggled a little bit on them high notes at the end. Y'all know in real time, karaoke is a whole nother world. First and foremost, let's agree on that, right? Karaoke is not just a skill of singing. It is a skill of all of that on the fly. And if you aren't prepared with the song, baby, it's different. But it was a lot of fun. It was great energy, and it was a great impromptu moment. So yes, thank you, Chef, for that reminder. that's that's all of the telling about it that y'all gonna get right here. These little curls in the back are distracting me. Let me get, there we go. Sometimes I be thinking I got something in my hair, and it is just another gray hair coming through. That is the reality. But yes, that was absolutely the highlight of my week last night. Outside of waking up each day, Josh Waters did an amazing job. His team is super dope. So that was a lot of fun. Cyclone, Josh Waters, Cyclone, Josh Waters. Check it out. It's beautiful. I would sing it, but I don't know if I can. I ain't gonna play with him like that. We got a shout out. Let me pop that up there. Janet No Jackson and the fan and Notasia. Fan Notasia, I love it. Tony No Braxton, I think that's me. I think that's what y'all name. It's all good. It's all good. But yes, that was an awesome time this past week. I see the eyes. If you sliding in here, what's up, twin? There we go. If you're just now joining us, I'm just hitting the recap, and we're gonna get into the program. Hey, Angel, what's up? What's up? Let me get everybody they spotlight time. Got my mom in the building. Got C.Styles in the building. Musician Taylor in the building. Blow, my cousin in the building. We got twin in the building. Angel in the building. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for pulling up and starting y'all week with me. All right. All right. So I got to hit you guys with a quote. Again, we're going to be talking self-discipline tonight. It's right on time for me. I trust that it'll be right on time for you, whether you even knew it. Once we get through it and we have this conversation together. So definitely at any point, let me know your thoughts, chime in, anything that come to mind, share, and I'll be asking questions as usual to get specific answers. But if it hits you before I do, let us know what's on your mind. A quote that I ran into for the night, it goes, "You can never conquer the mountain. You can only conquer yourself." They all find me just right. And as simplistic as that is, I do find sometimes that I'll be focused so far on the end of the road, which literally could be years from now, that and I'm trying to like fight this huge giant when I could just kind of look a little bit closer and just step over these little pebbles that are really the most important and pressing things that are going to get me closer to that giant, right? Or that big mountain down the road. So you can never conquer the mountain. You can only conquer yourself. That was a great reminder that I needed and wanted to share with you guys. If y'all want to see manicure, you play all day. Let's start with the awesome quote. Thank you, and then and then we'll put the harassment up there. Musician Taylor says if y'all want to see the karaoke footage, it's on sale for $59.95. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. It was a Fantasia song though. It was When I See You. It's at the end, when she be pushing and stuff. Y'all know I don't be doing that. Y'all know that it's not my natural comfort zone. She was going ham at the end of that song. I sound like Tony Braxton. I'll be in the pocket. But yes, I love that quote. It was perfect. It was perfect for me. I also wanted to make sure that I took the time before we get into the thick of it to just say love and peace, and just to acknowledge those who are dealing with loss, um, like actual, losing family members and friends, whether it's recent, fresh, or just still in that space where you're dealing, which I don't think the dealing ever really goes away. So I wanted to acknowledge you, acknowledge that reality, and say I love you, and that you aren't alone, especially if you are in this room, in this space. So I had to get that through my heart to you guys. So love and peace, and definitely lean on your tribe. Lean on your tribe. You gotta let safe spaces and safe places let people know what you're feeling. All right, so I had to share that. So let me get up off the sappy. And safe travels to a lot of my friends. A lot of my friends are up in the air, hitting the road, overseas. So safe travels to y'all. I love y'all, and have fun, and make it happen. Take care of business. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so tonight is gonna be a Mattie motivation night. Again, we're talking self-discipline. I found this really, really cool website called Mind Tools, and it just broke it down in a simple 5 steps for self-discipline. And we're gonna get into the what the definition is of it, and then we're just gonna talk out how we look in our lives and how we look in our day-to-days, and how we can improve it in a way that isn't abusive to ourselves, and we aren't so focused on the times that we might disappoint ourselves or miss the mark, and just get better at creating marks that are most suited for us, and more realistic for us, and that might have sound like me saying and making it easier, but in ways, yes, we can make some of our goals and the journey and self-discipline easier, um, and not to equate that with lazy, but just to make it more tailor made. You know what I'm saying, and make it more suitable to our personalities. That's a big thing that I found that I need to do, and we'll talk about what I mean by that specifically as we go on. All right. Again, if y'all got anything, definitely chime in. This is a good moment if y'all are chilling at the house, and got a piece of paper or anything. If you want to like step by step and walk um through these with me, and just use maybe one example, one goal that you've been thinking about, you could write it down and we could talk it through, and you can write out each little area as we go. Maybe that'll be a great kickstart to your week. And yeah, so that's that option. What's up, Marika in the building? What's going on? What's going on? Thank you for sliding through, my friend. Um, all right, so let's get into it. I won't belabor, and I won't keep you guys too long. All right. So again, that resource, that website is mindtools.com. I see. Hey, we got a student. They going over and beyond. They showing me the proof for them. Ready to get to it, and get some work in. All right. So if you got your pen and paper, that's rocking. Again, it's Mattie Mondays. We're here every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you'll be able to catch this on YouTube on replay. So if you can't do it in this moment, you absolutely can come back and walk through this with us. All right. So self-discipline. Let's start with the definition of what it is. Self-discipline is the ability to push yourself forward, to stay motivated, and to take action, regardless of how you're feeling physically or emotionally. Again, self-discipline is the ability to push yourself forward, stay motivated, and take action, regardless of how you're feeling physically or emotionally. It's very important. I know that we equate the self-discipline, and it is the gateway to our success. But as we talk through this, if your mind gets to wondering and comparing yourself to others, push that out as best you can. We're just thinking of our individual success as we walk through these thoughts. As I'll be sharing my examples, but it's all about what success is for you, and that's what matters, and that's something that we got to make sure that we're clear on and we hold on to too. All right, so on mind tools, the first step that they list in developing self-discipline is what's maybe seem obvious is choosing a goal. Chevy, you'll appreciate this. It mentioned the SMART goals, and then selecting those goals. SMART stands for making sure that goal is specific. It's something that is measurable, and it's attainable to you. And it's not about setting your bar low. It's just making sure it's attainable. There is room for realistic and reason. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean that you're overshooting anything. So that's specific, measurable, attainable. The fourth one is relevant, making sure that it makes sense to you, and back to success being personal, making sure that goal isn't based on someone else's reality. And we'll get further into your why, but making sure it's something that's relevant to you. And then the T is time bound, making sure you have a time associated with their goal, and that will also help to keep us in line as we're moving forward. They also went on to mention, before even getting deep into the different steps of it, is that the comparison of self-discipline being like a muscle. And of course, the more you work, the stronger it gets. But I think a really dope point that they made, outside of just working your self-discipline into a muscle, and you're just thinking doing more and more reps, they made a great point in making that muscle strong of self-discipline, making sure that it's reasonable and you're working your way up. Um, no, none of us are gonna hit the gym and just go try and pick up 500 pounds. That's not, it doesn't make sense. It's irrational. But I think a lot of times, and I found myself doing it, and you might can relate in your life in different areas of your world, that we're running out here trying to pick up 500 pounds uh, to start. And it hurts, and it's disappointing when we can't do it. Um, but it's not fair, because it feels like failure, but what we really failed to do was set a realistic goal for ourselves. So instead of going and trying to pick up that 500 pounds the first time out, making sure that we start with maybe 10 or 20, and just do it a couple times just to build that confidence. That's super important. I know on my day to day, especially with me, being a contract worker in some ways, working for myself, building my own brand and my own businesses, I have to guard my confidence, and these are ways to make sure, setting these smaller goals and realistic goals in the day to day, and in obtaining and just getting closer is important to maintain and to protect my confidence. So yes, you want to make sure that you are considering where you start, so that you don't, what I'm saying, knock the wind out of yourself right at the beginning of going to start attacking that goal. So I thought that was really, really dope that they included that, because that is something that I found myself leaving out. All right, so that was number one. Choose a goal, a SMART goal. SMART as in specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. All right. The second one is very important, is finding your motivation. And sometimes, even if we're in the midst of the goal already, 5 years in, 10 years in, we need to be reminded what our motivation is. And a lot of times we'll hear that in the form of, what is your why? Like, why are you even in this pursuit? Um, Another really, really dope thing that they laid out on this website is the importance of making sure that the why and the motivation is positive. Um, how we phrase it, even an example that they gave of, weight, let's say weight loss is very common. Instead of saying I want to lose weight, phrasing it in a way of I am setting this goal because I want to feel better throughout the day, to have more energy to spend with my friends and family. We know words are, and I'm a huge believer as a writer, songwriter, that words are magic and extremely powerful, extremely powerful. So doing our best and being very intentional and making sure that our why is phrased in an empowering and positive way is very important. I thought was a super dope point that the website Mind Tools made a point to make. All right, y'all. I'm feeling like a teacher here. I'm rolling. I'm on fire. So that's point number two, man. Finding your motivation, your why. So if you guys are taking notes, I got some proof of some of my eyes, some of my faithful few in their space taking notes. Have your goal. If you have your goal written on your paper, and even if you're not doing a specific one, even if you're just doing the points, making sure that you take some time in solace, in your space, in a good mind frame, to get back to your why. And that's something that I I think I'm in the midst of needing to do, honestly. Sometimes you can feel a little off emotionally about certain things, certain goals, certain areas of our pursuits, of my pursuit. You silly. Um, I think reestablishing the why is something that I need to do in a lot of different areas, so in all the areas of my life and my business and my relationships. Why I'm doing these things. Uh, the blessing is the passion of my pursuits remains, and it's getting even more kind of urgent. But the why is, a lot of times when I do take that time to do it, it feel like a fuel to continue to propel me forward. So revisiting your why and what you're doing, or why you are doing what you are doing, is number two. Number three on this list is identifying the obstacles. Um, a perfect example for me was staying up. Now this weekend I've been staying up extremely late, but I've been knocking out some records. So that really has literally been work. But some evenings it'll be a blend of work and social media being an extreme distraction, um, YouTube included. Even if it's like motivational videos, is still a distraction from the target goal that I'm supposed to be working on. So identifying an obstacle for me is my phone. My phone is a huge obstacle in all the realms of my world, whether I'm like spending time with my family or working on a work task. Even if I'm using my phone to complete the task, it's a distraction. So I know a lot of the times I'll leave. I got two phones, but I'll leave one of the phones, or I'll leave both of the phones out of my bedroom. It doesn't happen often. It should happen more often, but that's an obstacle for sure that I have acknowledged and pinpointed, and that is a way that I've been able to, in moments, overcome it. Even placing it face down on the table when I'm working on my computer. Things as simple as that, man. Identifying the obstacles, and to also make goals, which is leaving it out of my room, turning it face down, making goals to overcome the obstacles that we face. Um, it could be people, it could be spaces, um, like actual rooms and settings. Um, yeah, it could be so many different things. And if we make it a point and make it a priority to shift I know in my experiences that it's super helpful in staying on task and staying focused. And again, it's not all work related. It's this applies to relationship building, all of that stuff. Um, yeah, it's not just reaching a business goal, but it definitely can apply to reaching healthier relationships and all of that stuff. And again, that cell phone is a big one. I'm sure all of us can relate in this room. All right. All right, I'm gonna take a moment to pause for the cause to make sure that everybody is still with me. So, if you would, if you can, if you're able, I know some of you are listening while you're on the go, but if you're able to hop on your phone or your computer and chat with me, let me know on one of your big motivations in general. If it's say working out, for example, it might be just being healthy is your motivation, any goal. But I'm interested to know some of your whys. What is yeah, what are some of the motivational factors that help you guys to stay self-disciplined? I know for me it's peace, man, because if I'm missing, like, if I'm going, another day without picking up a certain corner of my room, um, it'll feel a little crowded in there, but then I'll also kind of beat myself up, be like, dang, man, get it together, what you doing? That self-talk will get louder and it'll get negative. So a big motivational factor for me is being peace in my spirit, and which manifests in my body. Oh, beautiful. Yes, Mogul Mall in the building. What's up, my friend? I haven't seen you in the flesh. Maul says he is motivated by peace and happiness. 100%. 100%. Thank you for sharing that. Gloria, my kids and God. Absolutely. Absolutely. I see. Chris, C.Styles. She says, with my business, it's the smiles and connections. That's what's up. And with my working out, it's how I feel accomplished. Facts. Facts. I can definitely, I was saying I've been on retirement since college, but I hopped out and took like an hour walk just around my neighborhood, and I just had to throw my little shorts on, my sneakers, and just go, just walk out the house. But it ended up being an hour walk out there in the heat. But I did feel so good, tired, but so accomplished, so much so that I texted my sisters and was like, "Hey, y'all, I just got through, walking for about an hour, and I felt super accomplished. So I feel you on that, Chris, for sure. It was dope. And then I just sprawled out on the floor for a little second, and then I had some calls to hop on. Oh yes, yes, Muggle Mom. And I was supposed to see you yesterday, so I'm sorry about that, guys. I got an assignment, so I've been just coming up for air literally before this broadcast. So um, that's Gloria says, even when the times are hard and I feel lost, relying on God to give me the direction and peace. Absolutely, absolutely. It's so interesting. It's so interesting how, like, those moments, and it takes those moments to, like, and I'm doing this because this is like resemblance of the pressure, but it takes all of this pressure to, like, center us and bring us back and make us yield and and make room for God. But it's necessary for sure. It's necessary for sure. I definitely hit that wall, as we talked about this last week, and now it no longer really feels like a wall. Once I was shaken and awakened to refocus and to make sure that I am spending more time with God and just talking to self and alleviating a lot of the distractions, especially in this technology. Um, but now it feels less like him humbling me and just walking with, you know. So that's big facts. My mom says family. Absolutely, absolutely. Family is a huge motivational factor. Angel says anti-poverty, generational wealth, and legacy. Yes, I like that. Yes, ma'am. Anti-poverty, generational wealth, and legacy. Beautiful. Yeah. See, as much as self-motivation is important, I'm motivated by my peers. Facts, facts. You read my mind. 100%. I was just about to make the or speak on the observation that a lot of our motivation is tied to other people that we love and other things that we care about outside of us, which I think is a positive like built-in motivational factor. But in that, I will also um, I'll also make sure that I acknowledge the importance of that not becoming a hindrance or something that we are bound or feel bound by. We definitely, I know, especially in this room, and I've had several conversations just face to face and in private with everyone in this room. Um, it's important. It's important to go hard, and we all are motivated by being able to feed back into other people, into the world, into our family. But keeping that healthy, to where it's not it doesn't crush us. Because I know what that lends itself to, and I'm speaking from my personal experience. When that foundation is so much so built on, um, in a sense, pleasing others, um, and not necessarily taking care of others. I understand that, but and when it's the having to uphold things for others, it makes for a harder fall when you know what I'm saying, when you feel like you missed a goal and it's like, oh, all of these people are disappointed, but they're not really, so something in me just told me to make sure I acknowledge that, um to not wrap it so much so in the way where you could feel like you're disappointing someone when you miss like certain goals or small goals. We're all, giving it our go, and I know it's in our best efforts. Maybe not in every instance, but overall for sure. So even if we fall short when we tie it to pleasing others, it can hurt a little bit more. So just make sure you don't hurt yourself, and you're not hurting yourself when you feel like you're disappointing somebody that loves you, just because you fell a little bit short. Um, I said, but trying to find a balance. Yes, balance. Yeah, balance is we all get it, right? What we mean when we say balance, but even also with a balance, sometimes it doesn't exist. I think is what I discovered in moments when I'm searching for a balance. Sometimes it's just moments where you just going hard here and you still try, maintaining as best you can other areas. Sometimes this area, needs your attention. So sometimes balance is extremely hard to achieve. But I think what it really is, um, beyond that balance, is just fulfillment in a certain area. Because really, when we say balance, that just means we feel like one area is lacking, right? So it's not about balancing it out with something else. It's just about finding a way to be fulfilled in that area. Um, So maybe that'll help my instead of trying to look to balance. Because when you're balancing now, you're having to focus on two things, right? If we're looking at a scale, and maybe try to turn that and focus more on just fulfilling more this area, you know, so you can give it its attention, um, and just yeah, work to be more fulfilled versus that comparison thing that kind of gets us in trouble. All right, guys. Thank y'all for that. All right, so we rolling, and I really appreciate y'all being engaged, and feeding, into this room and back into me. So it means a lot. This is how I stay sharp and absolutely encouraged. All right, so that was number three, in identifying obstacles. So thank you guys for sharing your motivation and your whys. So number four is to replace old habits. Um, yes, to replace old habits. It's new setting different for. Okay, this is almost like I'm trying to figure out what I wrote. So it's an example that I wrote down. So in the replacing old habits, for instance, um, giving yourself a new setting. I know you guys can't see my complete room on the other side of the screen, but something that I had to shift to improve my productivity and just to make me feel like, I was working, is taking my setup from the table that's right here by the couch and putting it up over there on the table that sits up high where I can't really get too comfortable or melt into the seat. Um, and that replaced the old habit of me getting too comfortable and lethargic in my work pace. So sitting up there, having to sit straight up, having to being in a chair that's not as comfortable, was an example of how I replace a different habit. So shifting my setup, always the easy one obstacle, or excuse me, easy goal to use for an example is like health. So buying different food. I know a big one when I shifted my eating habits is if it's not in the house, I can't eat it. So I stopped buying it. So I stopped the habit of buying certain things. Chips was a big one. Um, and the site also advocated towards replacing it with something to fill the void. Um, so chips, sometimes I do popcorn, and I don't even eat that as much. But if I do get a craving for it, I might grab some popcorn instead of buying a bag of chips. And that's not 100%, but it's really is has become every blue moon. Um, so number four, replace old habits, and that's again to avoid like a sense of missing something. And the big thing for me is just to try my best to replace it with something that's healthier or something in some instances that's more challenging to stretch me. Exactly. Exactly. Mel, what's up? Thank you for sliding through here. And yes, if you don't bring it in the house, you can't eat it. Oh Lord. But now you live with bubblegum. Listen, I am like 3 minutes from one, so I know how easy it is. Now I'm usually making a store run. What I will go make a store run for is a bag of walnuts. So I guess it's healthy. But I do get a craving. And if it wasn't walnuts, if it's for somebody's ice cream, then that is dangerous. That's absolutely dangerous. What's up, Jeree? Discipline, male, discipline. Absolutely. You gotta fight it, friend. Yeah, that's a challenge. But again, in that discipline, you gotta remember all of the steps. The first one is choosing a goal. What is your goal as it pertains to your food and how that, grocery store can throw you off? The second, what is your why to keep you encouraged and accountable? Um, the obstacle is clear that it is in very close proximity, the grocery store. But how can you overcome that? Like if you get up to go get something, maybe you got to hit yourself with a couple questions of, um, like, and maybe hang it at the door while you're going out. Why am I leaving out? Why am I going to the grocery store? Do I really need it? Maybe that is a way to, to overcome that obstacle by setting a checklist for yourself before you allow yourself to leave the premises in the purpose of going downstairs to the grocery store. And then number four, replace the habit. Even if you go in there, maybe get a healthier choice. All right. All right. And then number five is to monitor your progress. Um and I think and also keeping ourselves accountable. Of course, that's why we're monitoring our progress, but also a way to motivate us when we are hitting these goals. We all know journaling is a great way to keep up with things, our thoughts and our emotions, especially when we date it. And then we can go back in time and see, what we were feeling in certain moments. Um, yeah, yeah, that's a big one. So monitor, it's the last one, but it's a big one. Monitor your progress. Pay attention to how you're feeling throughout the journey of meeting this goal and getting to this goal. Um, and journaling it is a great way to monitor that. Um, so yes, this has been our talk on self-discipline. I'm gonna open back up the floor. I'm gonna catch up on these comments that y'all been dropping, and yeah, we're gonna continue on. We're gonna carry on, and I got a couple questions, and I want you guys to ask me some questions or just drop some statements. Man, we're here. This is like a you guys. I went to school for psychology and sociology. And started grad, the initial intention was, um, to be a psychologist and potentially a psychiatrist, but I diverged from that pathway. But it's in me, so this feels like a big group session, guys. I love it. Dale and Chapin in the building. What's good? Yes, long term and short term. All right, so let me get back up here and grab some of these things that I missed. Let me just say, all right, Musician Taylor says, "Hey, Mama Maddie, when I need balance, I just buy a pair of New Balance shoes." You so silly. Retail therapy, and I believe you. Literally, when you say that, seriously, yeah, seriously, though, balance is super important. It's extremely important. And again, if it starts to feel like you're trying to compare, um, maybe reset and just focus on fulfilling this area, period, and then fulfilling this area more, period. So it doesn't feel like a juggling act, even though it is. Life is a whole juggling act, right? Um, but in a way that you can compartmentalize and set aside time that, hey, when I go home and do this task, I'm gonna feed into my peace and clearing out my space and doing this, and then when I get to work, I'm a feed into this task and um and leveling up and getting a different role, or to improving my team, to being an example, whatever the motivation or the why is. Um, it's very important, of how we picture things, or ways of being mindful and creative in ways that we are seeing some of our challenges, and looking at them a little bit differently to make them a little bit more palatable and easier to overcome and to lean into. Factory. Those are the key: your goal and your why. Your why. Again, I feel like I'm definitely in a moment in time where I need to revisit my whys. I know I started on a sheet of paper somewhere. I got so many sheets of paper, but where else? Right. I was just writing out, like, just different questions to reassess. Like, the first one was simple, like, what do you want? What do you want? Before even the goal, I guess that's a good point too. I just wrote to myself, like, what do you want? Um, A lot of times, sometimes maybe you guys might find yourself not knowing in moments, but that's important. Like, we might have a goal, but what do we really want? What are we really trying to achieve from this goal? So I wrote that down, and just that was on the ninth. So I just been going back to it, and things that come to mind, I'll write down what I want. One of them's, of course, financial freedom and what that looks like to me. And I know I need to, like this list said, I need to, within the SMART goals, the specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound, I need to do that in that form and fashion. Just setting a number, and like maybe monthly, like things like that I know have been helpful when I do take the time to make them very, very, very specific. Um, yeah. Yes, them task lists are pertinent. I have to make a task list or I will be lost. Yes. You know what? What's funny, and I can you know, share this with y'all. Even it sounds weird, and the feeling was so weird, but well, like for a month and a half, I really was like resisting my task list or to-do list. And I don't know if it's like a subconscious self-sabotage or something. Because I still get things done, but even the feeling of more ease exists, when you have your task list, and then the accomplishment of crossing it out. And then I know what I have to get done, but I was just like resisting it for some reason, and I don't know why. But I've gotten back to it. I got like four of them I can see here, that I need to compile, but they're like different realms of my world, like different areas, groups that I'm working with, teams that personal things that I need to knock out. So I got them on four separate lists because they're four separate sectors. But I was resisting that, and listen. I don't know why I was tripping. Callie is in the. What's up, Callie? What's going on? Thank y'all for joining. All right, so I'm gonna hand the floor over to y'all. Before we depart, okay, we're doing great on time, so we're gonna wrap it up soon. Before we depart, let me hit this quote again for our new ears and eyes that are in the room. Thank you guys again for being here. But the quote that I started with here on Mattie Mondays, where we do music in different ways, and music is just life. So that's why I'm super grateful that this platform continues to expand and you guys allow it. But the quote that I shared is, you can never conquer the mountain, you can only conquer yourself. Um, and again, just a reminder to zoom in. Uh, Stop. We know the mountain is there. We know that that's the finish line, quote unquote, until the next one. But focusing on each step, picking up each pebble or gem on the way, um, and not having to feel like we have to fight something larger than us. We just have to continue to grow ourselves and meet these small goals on our journey to the bigger ones, which again will be replaced once we hit those. So I think mastering the journey is really what matters, because that's where we spend most of our lives. Um, in the journey phase, and just a moment in time once we hit that, ring that bell and hit the goal and cross the finish line, and then we just load up for another race. So mastering the journey is what matters, and enjoying it, most importantly. Finding peace and happiness inside of our journeys is what matters most. Thank you so much, guys. Dropping gems. So oh, yeah. You will be able to come back here and replay this and listen, and relive this energy and this sharing here on YouTube on Mattie Mondays. Yes, thank you, twin. In solidarity to you, my friend. If you are here, if you have access, if you're not driving, make sure you take a moment and like this video, and share it with somebody you love. Share it with some of your students that you think would consume this message the way that we've been sharing and exchanging it today. Yeah, some of your students, some of your coworkers and friends, share the message. Um, All right, so to open up the room for real this time for you guys, what are some of let's do just this week, man. Let's stay locked in this moment in time. What is one goal? Can I get it from everybody? I had 13 eyes. I see 14. I had 14. I see 13. If everybody, I know Chapin and Dale, y'all count as one. Y'all can give me both of y'all's goals within the chat. But share one of your goals for the week. What is a goal for the week that you have? Um, share with the room. And this is not to do something that is safe to share first to start there. But just something that I think this is a good task to for you to get it out of your head onto quote unquote paper and put it in a space where you can kind of hold yourself accountable and we can hold each other accountable. Musician Taylor shared that every quarter I do a personal SWOT analysis, my strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Yes, and that is super helpful. The times that I have adhered to that is extremely helpful. Thank you for that. So let's take a moment and yeah, share a goal for this week that you have. I know, and yes, I'm gonna drop mine in here too, guys. Let me type it out. Put mine in there too. Seems simple, but it is a major task, guys. Don't judge me. All right, we're gonna start with Mel. All right. Melanie says she's sharing. Thank you first and foremost, Mel, for sharing. To cook and eat dinner at home at least 4 times, though, for my money goal and health goals. One day down. That's what's up. That's awesome. That's awesome. Neil, I would ask you, and you don't have to answer in a reply, but just in thought, are you aware of any things that you have done or are doing to help you when you feel a little, tempted? Just curious, just thinking out loud, but you don't have to answer that. Darrell, twin, shares to stay positive and to be less angry. Awesome. And same to you, twin. Um, do you have some things, some cues, something that you can reach for to bring you back or to help aid you in this journey of these 7 days to stay positive and to be less angry? I'm curious of what those things might be. Um, Mine, guys, is to clean my room. I still have some boxes that have not been ripped open and put away. So I need to clean my room. I know, like, as I've done the different corners, that it's made me feel so much more peaceful when I walk in there. Um, so yes, to clean my room, like for real, thoroughly, or just tidy it for real. Um, Ma, my share is to complete any task on my list daily. Oh, I see. Okay, awesome. So being able to cross through, nice. That's perfect. And you already made the effort to have a list, so that's very important. And that's the huge step already. And you got it. You got it. Gloria shares. Take the first step towards one of my goals I have set prior to the end of the year. I'm trying to take one step towards one of my goals I have set prior to the end of the year. Okay, I got you. I got you. Okay, cool. And doing it this week. Right. All right. C.Styles, Crystal. One is to walk 15 miles. Awesome. You gonna kill that. I already know. And two is to complete my daily list. Nice. Nice. Awesome. Angel, I like it. I love it. To have fun. Angel says to have fun. That is important. I like that. I love that. Thank you. Thank you. Yo, it's important, man. We all here, and we are here, still living life, still breathing, still able to exchange. That's super important. Thank you for that, Angel. You just woke the kid in me up. She is never far from the surface. Anyway, Mogul Mall shares to execute at a high level. Awesome. Awesome. And when I hear you say high level, I'm thinking like quality, effort, and energy. Um, so I already know you can and you will. Between you share to protect your energy and stay away from negative. Perfect. So that's I imagine it's negative people and negative spaces or spaces that cause you to feel or seem to hold negative energy. I can dig it. Male, for me, forcing myself to come straight home helps. Nice. No stop offs because once I'm home, I'm home. So I won't eat out. Okay, nice. No, listen, I feel you. That's great. That's yep, that's good. That's good. Dale and Chapin, do one thing for myself every day. I like that. I love that one too. Do something for yourself every day. That's the I love that. I love that. And that's a perfect reminder that in all of the things in life that make us feel like this, right? That hamster wheel, whether it's work or maintaining our home, maintaining our car, maintaining our relationships, um, doing something for ourselves is important. I like that. My treat for myself, Mel. See, I'm on the other end of the scale with the eating out in this moment in time. Um, Mainly because I have to be more frugal, but I will reward myself. My reward is eating out. So I don't do it often now, nowadays because I have to hit certain markers before I'll allow myself to leave my house. I'm on the outskirts, so I gotta make an effort. Okay. I gotta put some time in to go to at least the restaurants that I eat at. So yeah, man. Yes, and Mogul Mall shares. Yes, I've noticed that I am a master planner. You are very super, super thorough and great at that. But being consistent in the execution is tough. Listen, thank you for saying that out loud. I realize that I start so much stuff that naturally I do not complete. Um, I don't complete enough of the tasks or the things and the ideas that I put out there. So yes, execution is extremely tough, and that's something that I'm figuring out how to improve. My first thought was try to suppress my ideas, but I don't think that that's the best. I don't think that that is the best suggestion to myself, but I know a big one is prioritizing my ideas just because I have so many. It's not healthy to be trying to hit them all because it's so time consuming. So prioritizing the ideas has helped. We are all capable of doing so many dope things, but I don't we can't do it all. And we need time for ourselves. We need time for our friends and our family. So maybe a focus and an emphasis on prioritizing those those plans can help with the amounts and you improving the execution rate. I definitely need to improve my execution rate. I'm just trying to be like listen, no, I want to be able to eat out every day. No, I'm just like I'm trying to be like you. I'm just messing. But now it's this has been very, very fun, guys, to talk this through and to talk this out. Everything that I speak, in the form of motivation or anything, trust me, it is a thought that happened inside out, conversation that I've probably had with myself, and in this instance, absolutely have been having with myself. The self discipline, even fighting through getting up from my computer and coming to sit on the couch and be like, oh nope, got to get up because it's just gonna, this couch will put you down, okay? Um, so yeah, fighting through is moment to moment, moment to moment. Mogul Mall shared, I think it's important to prioritize, but at least weekly look at the priority to list and see what you have done to complete the task. Exactly, 100%. I feel you. So what I think I'm hearing you saying is make sure you revisit it and revamp the order of prioritization. So yeah, I did this the other day. I don't know. It just felt right. I just wanted to paint one fingernail. Keep saying it every time I raise my hand. It felt right. One fingernail painted. All right, y'all. All right, so we are right here at 9 o'clock. Thank y'all so much. My friends, my family, my teammates, and all of the above, all in one jar. All of you, all of those things to me. My loved ones. Thank y'all for being here, for continuing to add to this space. Um, yeah, man, this is so much fun and healing. And even when I be scrambling and today down to the wire, um, to prepare for tonight, is as much as that can be work, being here in the moment is always worthwhile. So I am very grateful for this space, extremely grateful for this space, and for y'all helping me to grow it out and to build it out and to get these reps in. We're almost at a year of every week, a year of putting up content. Even when we found that I could not be here in person, we made sure we got a video cut and recorded and uploaded and out to you guys on those Mondays. So I'm very thankful. This has been a great example of proving that I can persevere, and my teammates pushing me on when I'm like, yo, I don't feel like it. Chev, Crystal, my mom, all of y'all encouraging me to push through, the feelings, which is the basis of self-discipline, physically or emotionally. If we don't feel like it, we got to do it anyway. And it's important. And again, like a lot of you guys stated, I am not here just for me to build out my platform, but I'm here for you guys to exchange. And I think that is a healthy um, responsibility. And y'all are my accountability partners for sure. Because I don't just pull up for me, I pull up for you guys. So thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the motivation. Thank you, Mel. And Angel. Thank you. Ma. Musician Taylor shared, prioritize putting my tasks first and not getting distracted or pulled away by other people asking for help. Lord, that's yes, sir. That is important. Put you first. Put you first. Yes, put you first. Thank you, Twin. Thank you, Ever. Well, thank you. That word, as you see, makes me blush. So much that I ain't want to say it, but forever supporter for sure. Thank you, Angel. Um, I've been trying to think of, Beyonce got the Beehive and all these artists got these different things. Mine's like weird what I be thinking. I'll share with you guys out loud. But I was like the magicians, you know, the y'all are we are the magicians. But that's would be like speaking to us creating our reality and taking the power and making magic everywhere we go. But it could be a little creepy to other people, the word musician magician, but I think it's cool and magical. When I think of it, it's like all sparkles and stuff and power. But no, I really appreciate you guys. Yes. So without further ado, if you guys do not have any questions, or if you have anything, I'll rephrase that. If you have anything else that you want to leave with the room, please do share. I want to tell you that I love you and I am thankful for you. I appreciate all the ways that you show up in my life, and I appreciate you being here. And I hope that you have an amazing week. And that if you find yourself in a moment in time where you are discouraged, where you are feeling disappointed in yourself, in your actions, in your lack of actions, and you know what I'm saying, in your lack of execution, that you remember the space and hit reset and go back to the drawing board. Give yourself some grace and forgiveness, and then get back to holding yourself accountable. You like it? We have to share them. Have to. I had it written down for a while. I ain't saying nothing because I thought it might be a little corny, but I like magicians. It be fly on some branding once we get that together. But if you know, you know. So that's all that matters. The people who know, and then we'll make it fly. So who doesn't want to be able to do magic, to make magic? Gloria shared. Thank you, Matt. Or thanks, Mattie. Ah, thank you, Hannah. Thank you. Y'all make me blush. I want to read it out loud. You and Angel have definitely pushed and motivated me to move towards what I truly believe my calling is. Amen. For a while, I was afraid, but I really appreciate the motivation. That's dope. Thank you for sharing that. And those are the reminders why it's not about me feeling like it, right? Um, for the most part, it's about what is the goal, and a lot of times it's much bigger than what we feel like, even though we have to tend to ourselves. um it's a good, I guess, what you said, mama, it is a good balance in those things of showing up for others and showing up for ourselves. All right, I'll leave some more moments if you guys have any more comments, um and then we shall depart from this episode of Mattie Mondays, where we do music in different ways. I'm gonna have to add on a little bit to that, little brackets, in life, where we do music in different ways and share life. Absolutely sharing life. One more shout out. If you did not catch the beginning of this episode, my highlight of the week was going to the Masquerade to catch Josh Waters' performance opening up for Damani. Chevy and I rode out and had a great time. Got to catch him, and he sang one of my favorite songs, Cyclone. Go check that out, Cyclone by Josh Waters. Beautiful record, very beautiful record. So treat yourself to that. It'll be a nice one for you guys to discover this week. This super heartfelt love, a beautiful ballad. If you know me, you know. So yeah, Cyclone, Josh Waters. Make sure you like this video. Make sure that you are kind to yourself, kind to yourself, kind to yourself. Trust me, whatever that weight that is on your shoulders, no matter how heavy it feels, um, just being here and being able to feel and having time to lighten it and to figure it out and to get stronger, is the blessing. Even if we're feeling pain, man, we're feeling, um, and we got time to heal and to learn from it. So I'm thankful for these moments. I'm thankful for this time. I'm going to depart. Love you guys. Y'all have a great week, and I will see you in 7 days. All right, peace.